Hi everyone, my name's Becca Boom. I'm a singer, rapper, songwriter. You may have heard of me or my music through Blackpink. Currently, I have helped write the song More for KDA and the whole EP, and I'm super excited about it. Definitely a lot of dynamics. You know, you gotta have a big vocal moment. You gotta have a crazy rap in it. I mean, you definitely need a beat that you can dance to. There just needs to be elements of what makes each girl in the group special. I think something that's just like very empowering, very strong, very like queen vibes, you know, very sassy, very like in your face, but then the ability to have a more sweet, dreamy, majestic type of moment in the song. I think there's just like so much diversity and so many different dynamics, which I think is what like draws people in and definitely what draws me into it. Is basically exactly what the title of the song means. I wanted to give more. I wanted to show more talent, more diversity, more creativity. I wanted the song to be bigger. I just wanted it to feel like they were very solidified as artists now and just make a statement that every time that KDA comes back, they're going to be doing something bigger and better. You know, I think that's really important for any artist. And so I wanted this to be that moment for them. Basically, we didn't really change it all. I mean, we just liked where it was going. We knew right away what melodies. We were like, okay, yeah, that's fire melody. We're gonna keep that. That's fire melody. We're gonna keep that. The only thing that happened is that we had to rewrite a couple lines. But I mean, for the most part, More is exactly as it was the first day that we came up with it. And then over time, we just enhanced it with different harmonies and the little lyric tweaks here and there. But yeah, I mean, I knew from the first day I wanted to call the song More, and I wanted it to be about we're coming back and we're giving you more, and this is what it is, you know? I just tried to pull from things that I think all of us encounter in life, and More was something that I could relate to when it's like, oh, okay, like you thought that was good? Well, wait till you see me do this, you know? Like I'll give you a little bit more of that. And the baddest, like everybody wants to feel like they're the baddest at some point in their life. One of my favorite things about music is that you have this ability to become somebody that you're not. That was a huge part and is a huge part of me writing, and just being able to feel that and go into different emotions and feel like you're like a villain that's killing it. And then go to this emotional place that's a real emotional place and it means something. I think there's little pieces of me throughout all of them as much as they are for KDA. More is definitely one of my favorites. I love the chorus. Honestly, my favorite song changes all the time. Like one week I'll love The Baddest the most, and then the next week I'll love Villain. More is definitely in my top two. We would always break and have sugarfish, and it was like our tradition. We would all sit there and make a bunch of jokes and talk, and then we go back, and then I wrote the rap for The Baddest at the end of the day after we finished writing More. And I was like, let me just like write this rap real quick. And at the time it was in English, and there was a part that was like, keep it lit, mega like a bit, I mean like a bite, right? And it was like my favorite line, and I kept saying it over and over again. And that's because most people like hear it and they're just like, oh yeah, because megabit and megabyte. But actually, megabit is smaller than megabyte. And then I was like, oh, snap. I definitely annoyed everyone by saying that over and over again. And then of course, just like working with Seb, he's amazing. And I feel like I'm definitely the funny one though. He's like a robot. So I was making him laugh. So I feel like you need to ask him his favorite moments, because he had a lot of them because I was making him laugh. I think the most difficult thing was not being able to cuss. Villain was kind of difficult just because we had to do a lot of rewrites for that just to like get it perfect and get it like very inclusive for all territories and people. It was very sad when I had to rewrite some parts of that. For the most part, it was just one of my favorite musical experiences that I've had. I think everyone that I worked with was amazing. Working with KDA was amazing. All of the really special, awesome featured guests were really sweet. I would like show a song that I wrote and they're like, I love how you came up with this line because it sounds just like the Wings and like Kaisa. And I was like, totally forgot. Totally forgot that's what we were writing for. Like, it just feels right. It just did what felt right. It just clicked, which, you know, you don't always find. So I'm just so glad that that's how this experience went. That's rough. That's hard to pick. I think my favorite is Ari because she's like the queen vibe and she's got the cute little cat ears and she's got the tail. I really like her like holographic tail right now. That's like, I wish I had one in real life. But then I really love Evelyn because I'm like, I love your hair and your outfits and you also seem like the baddest. And then I like Akali too. I'm really sorry, Kaisa. But if I had to pick one, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Ari. It's like the perfect song to put out to tease you for the rest of the EP because it's basically saying like you wanted more and now we're back and we're giving you more. So you're gonna see all the different elements of each KDA member and they all get to shine. They all have these moments. And so it's just like more of each of them. You get whole songs that are dedicated to them. You get emotions from them. You know, it's just like everything that you could want from an artist that you like demand to have that you like missed out on during that downtime, you're about to get it right now. And I think that everyone's going to be really, really satisfied. I hope so. I mean, I'm saying it. I wrote it. I hope so. But I hope everyone is super satisfied and feels like they're getting everything they want from each of the members and from the group as a whole. Thank you guys so much for watching this TikTok interview. It's been so much fun. I hope you guys love the EP All Out by KDA. And make sure that you check out Drum Go Dumb featuring myself, Becca Boom, alongside some incredible artists. Thank you guys so much. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.
My name is Sebastian Lejean. I've been composing for about 8 years. I've worked on a variety of projects. A lot of the songs that I've worked on, such as Rise, Legends Never Die, Warriors, and also the upcoming EP for KDA, All Out. I first heard of KDA through Toa Dunn, who's the head of Right Music Group, and he told me about how KDA was forming, and I had a lot of interest in potentially working with them. And once the group was formed, he kind of came back to me and asked me to come up with some ideas, some of them which became pop stars. So what makes a KDA song a KDA song? It's a few things. The first one is multiple voices that kind of interplay with each other. So there'll be some voices going one after the other or singing together. It really depends on how we want to shape the energy of the song. The other aspect of KDA, it's kind of a mix of different genres, ranging from hip-hop to EDM, trap, and some older genres as well. But it's really how we kind of blend all those together that creates the KDA sound. And throughout it, we also want a KDA song to always feel engaging, hard-hitting, always kind of active in some way. It always kind of makes you want to move to it, even if it's a slower song. So the vibe this year needed to still feel like KDA, but also have something a little bit different. And the theme for more was to basically have more. More voices, more grand kind of sound, more KDA to the audience, more singers, more everything, hopefully. I think one of the inspirations for more was partly some of the visuals we were kind of thinking about before starting the song. We were coming from pop stars, which had this fast, hard-hitting kind of sound. And then some of what we're kind of imagining was a little bit bigger, a little bit more grand. So that kind of inspires some of the sounds that I've picked. And production, you're kind of getting this more reverberant, bigger sound in a way. Some of the elements from pop stars we wanted to bring back to kind of tie it all into KDA. So when producing more, I kind of looked at a few different genres to mix together. EDM, there's definitely an EDM influence. There's also a hip-hop influence, like in Baddest, in some parts of more 80s retro kind of thing. Drum Go Dumb was the one where we kind of tried to like mix a lot of things together, like some drum and bass in there. There's rap, there's like hip-hop things in it. It's all fast. Kind of a mix of a lot of things I've heard over time. It's not like I went and listened to specific songs for each of the songs, but it's more of whatever I've been listening to a long time ago kind of comes out. Also, that's kind of one of the goals also is to what can we do, to make those songs a little bit different from what's out there and hopefully fresh, for someone who's listening. You look like you could use some more. I think I like that line. First of all, it's in the chorus, so it's really sung loud. The message of it is kind of like what we're trying to convey. It also kind of propels the song forward. The way it's sung musically, it's a lot of momentum to it, so I like that line a lot. I would say More kind of ranks pretty high. More has that full voice, lots of singers, a lot of voices together. It's not easy to rank them. It's pretty high, but I think it depends based on my mood that day. Some days I'll prefer another track over More, and it'll kind of cycle. And that's kind of what I hope happens with people, that they're able to like every song that we put out on the EP, and hopefully different moods will make them listen to different songs. I tried over time to try different things to see where the song could go, different types of productions and things like that. As we were working on the song, the vocals got bigger and bigger, so that's one thing that evolved over time. Overall, the direction has generally been the same since the beginning. I think one of my favorite moments of the EP was when I was working with Becca back and forth. She would send me some ideas and I would kind of get on a call with her, and she would kind of sing some of the ideas over the phone and play me something she had recorded. And being able to hear all the great stuff she was coming up with and having so many amazing options was so great. Even just hearing her ideas would give me ideas of what else I could do with the track. There's a lot of natural back and forth between us. Was really enjoyable. So one of the main challenges for producing the songs of the EP was really having so many voices on a lot of the tracks. Because we're spending a lot of time working at the demo stage where it's just the songwriter's voice on the track. We spend a lot of time on that. Then we switch to different voices, and that always takes a while to get used to some new voices. So we have to kind of ask ourselves, is this voice better? Is it the same, just different? So I think trying to regain perspective on the songs over time is probably the biggest challenge, just because we spend so many months on them. My favorite member, I mean, they all have great moments in each of their songs. I would say Akali might be the favorite one for me. It's a tough one. Evelyn too. They're all great. Yeah, I can't really answer exactly. So More kind of sets up the rest of the EP just by, I mean, the message itself says that you're going to get some more. So already you're kind of prepped to get more songs. And kind of also, we start the EP with Baddest, and then we get With More, and it's a big, big song. And then followed by Villain. It's a good way to start something else. After More ends, you're like, okay, we've had two kind of loud songs. Now we're ready for something a little bit different, you know, so we don't just hear the same kind of sound for the whole EP. I think it just sets you up for like, here's more, and then hopefully, you know, I'm excited to hear what's coming next. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm really happy to have been able to talk to you a little bit more about the EP, and I hope you really enjoy it. And thanks for TikTok for setting this up. And yeah.
You want to plug anything?
Oh no! We'll say hi to my mom.
I wonder how Seb's interview is going. I bet you guys are like, so Seb, what did you think the first time that you heard Becca come up with More? And then he's like, that was pretty cool. Sonically, the Sonics, I mean, they weren't as hedgehog as I would have liked. And after all of that, I was just kind of like, sounds cool. Sounds cool. I guess we should put it out.
Should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali got a work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my hotbed, 이건 문 열지 마, that's a rough day. I'm giving you more cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking babe. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 눈종이 돈이 나 remoney 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. The mission 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it This is how I do it every day. Wow, wow， 这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，无比。